Hello students, in this presentation we'll discuss about the different types of signals and integrated circuits from chapter 1 electronic components and signals, subject basic electronics 22225. First we will understand what is a signal. A signal is a way of conveying information. So information, transfer of information from one person to another or from one machine to another. So that is a signal. For example, now I am talking to you. That is a transfer of information as well. But here my voice is getting transferred through the wires. So that is the electrical signals. And when it comes to you, then again it is converted into that electrical signal to the voice. So the conversion from voice to electrical and electrical to voice is taking place. So the different forms of information, now different types of, here my voice is the data, but you can have different types of information signals like images. It is also informative and a sort of signal. Then you have a sound. That all can be signals that is actually converted into a signal form. So this is the voice is a natural form. It is then converted into electrical signal. So there are different types of signals, and that signals can be classified as continuous signal. It is also called as analog signal. Then you have discrete time signal, digital signal. Then you have a DC signal as well. Then triangular waves, and so many different types of signals are available. But out of that, very important is your analog signal or sine wave signal, and digital signal are most two important. We will study in details. So first we will study about the analog and digital signals. Now whatever information or the data you call, as in computers, you know, there is a data, information is stored in the data form. So data can be analog or digital. The term analog refers to the information that is continuous. Analog is having a continuous form of information. So like voice, it is going on continuously with time. With respect to time, you can see I am going on talking, and there is a lot of variation in my voice also. Sometimes it is going high, sometimes it is going low. So the continuous information with respect to time, that is analog signal. Then digital data refers to the information that has a discrete state. I will give just first example. For example, we are boiling a water, and we just start the heater, and then at the same time we measure the temperature of the water. So initially, if it is continuous, so what you will do, put the thermometer continuously in the water, and what that thermometer will show is slightly the temperature will go on increasing, and you can see that thermometer, that mercury, it will rise high as the temperature increases. So that when continuously with respect to time you measure, that is analog signal. But the discrete form of information, for that, like digital signal, what we will do is we will measure the temperature after certain intervals. Like now I will measure, and after 5 minutes then again I will put that thermometer inside this and I will measure. So I will get some temperature, I will note it down. Then again I will remove it, and after 5 minutes again I will measure. So that is your digital information. Here one example, an analog clock has an hour, minute and seconds hands, gives information in a continuous form. So that watch is continuously, that hands of the watch are continuously moving, and you are getting the information continuously. The movements of the hands are continuous. On the other hand, a digital clock, you are having a digital clock that reports the hours and the minutes will change suddenly from 8.05 to 8.06. So that abrupt change is your digital information. And also you can say that analog signal has infinitely many values. Many values if are there, that is your analog signal over a period of time. And as a here I'll show you the analog signal as well. A digital signal on the other hand can have a limited number of defined values. Selected values will be there. And the digital signal is basically having values very simple, only in the two forms, that is 1 and 0. So here we'll start. Here you can see this is the analog signal. So here you can see the analog signal. If you want to represent on paper, it is shown like this, and the x-axis is time period and y-axis is having its value. So here I'll take in the form of voltage signal. Electrical signal can be a voltage signal. So voltage signal if you take, so value here on y-axis the voltage will be the measurement value, and there you can see the voltage will slightly increasing, then it is reaching the highest value, and then again a voltage is decreasing, and then again increasing and decreasing, and it is continuously going on, and that is your analog signal. Now about the digital signal. So here you can see the digital signal. You can see here that for certain instant of time, again here with respect to time its value is measured, and you can see here ki at certain time the voltage value is very high, and for example 10 volts, and it remains 10 volts for certain amount of time. You can see here, for example 10 minutes ke liye it is 10 volts, and then again it directly falls to 0, then it falls to minus 5 volts for 5 minutes. It is constant, there is no small changes, there is a constant change, constant value only. So this is your digital signal. Then here we'll see the sine wave in details. Sine wave, that means your analog signal. So if it is a perfect analog signal, then sine wave is most fundamental form of periodic analog signal. So here you can see the analog signal or the sine wave. So you can see on x-axis there is a time period. So every moment the value is noted, and when you plot graphically it is, you will see it like this. So here you can see the value starts from 0, it will go on increasing to the positive side. So on y-axis is the value, upper side is positive and lower side is negative, for example. So your voltage, if starts from 0, it is going on increasing in the positive side, then again it is going on decreasing, then it will reach to the 0 point, that is on the x-axis, then it is moving downwards, so that means it is getting negative values, then it is reaching for the highest negative value, then again it is coming to 0, that is on x-axis. And then you can see again the same cycle is repeated. So 0 to highest positive point to 0, 0 to negative point, negative to 0. And again you can see from 0 it starts to highest positive point, then 0, negative point, then 0. That means the cycle is repeated again and again, and it goes on. That is your analog signal. So we'll see that analog signal in details, and we have to study the terms related with the sine wave. So here you can see a cycle. First there are two cycles you can see. The upper side, that is the positive side, from 0 to the positive voltage and again to 0, that is called as positive half cycle. And then the next on downside you can see below the x-axis, you can see from 0 it is reaching negative value, and again negative value it is reading 0. So that is called as negative half cycle. So this positive half cycle and negative half cycle becomes one cycle, क्योंकि इसके बाद again then the positive cycle and negative cycle is repeated, negative half cycle and positive half cycle is repeated. So second part is a repeat part, but first part is very important, that is called as one cycle. So in that one cycle the highest value reached by sine wave is called as amplitude, that is called as amplitude. So this is very important. It is also called as peak value. So both are same. Peak value, इसके बाद highest value it won't reach, and the highest value or the amplitude in the positive side is basically same, that amplitude is same in the negative side. For example, if it is reaching to 4 volt plus 4 volt, highest value is 4 के बाद then it will reach to 3, 2, 1 and then 0, and on the negative side it will move minus 1 volt, minus 2 volt, minus 3 volt and minus 4 volt, and minus 4 volt say then again it will go on increasing minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and then 0. This is how it works. So the second term related with the sine wave is called as peak to peak amplitude. That is very important. Now peak to peak amplitude means from positive peak to the negative peak. The total value is peak to peak value, and that how you are going to calculate is positive amplitude peak plus negative amplitude peak. So that you have to add, and that you will get peak to peak amplitude. So here I have shown two signals, sine wave signals. So one is having highest peak, you can see the upper one, the peak value is more, and the lower one, the peak value is low, but it is periodic. Periodic means the cycle is repeated again and again, that is called as periodic. So you can see the peak value, and the second also peak value, peak amplitude or peak value, you can see it is small. So I think you must have understood the amplitude, what is the amplitude, but the definitions to write is very important. Amplitude is the maximum value reached by the analog signal. It can be of voltage or current. It is also called peak value. This is very important. So whatever you want to say, amplitude or peak value, it is one and the same. Then next and very important term is called as time period. So here I have shown one figure of sine wave signal. One cycle complete is shown. Upper one positive is called as a positive half cycle. Downside is called as negative half cycle, and positive half cycle with negative half cycle, it becomes your complete one cycle. So what is the time period? So the whole cycle achieved during a certain period of time, that is called as time period. So here you can see positive half cycle starts from 0 and positive half cycle stops at 2.5 seconds, microseconds, and then again from 2.5 microseconds negative half cycle starts and reaches to, sorry, it is not 2.5, it is 25 microseconds, and from 25 microseconds it stops at 50 microseconds. So total time period for one cycle is 0 to 50. So 50 microseconds it is taking to complete one cycle. So that is called as time period. So time period is the time interval of one complete cycle, and it is measured in seconds. Now here the amplitude. Now if you want to measure the amplitude of the sine wave, it is 20. You can see the highest value reached by this signal in positive side is 20 and negative side will be minus 20. So you are going to write only as 20 volt since it is your voltage on y axis, and the time period is 50. It should be microseconds. It is written here milli, but it is microseconds. Okay. Now next and very important term is called as speed, that is related with the analog signal. Frequency. Frequency is nothing but the speed of the signal. Now how can we say what is the frequency? First we will define. Frequency is the number of cycles that a sine wave can complete in 1 second. So that defines the speed. Means in 1 second how many cycles are coming. So that is frequency. Now here you can see there here one example. If 3 cycles of a sine wave occur in 1 second, 3 cycles you can see here, 1 cycle, 2 cycle and 3 cycles are there in 1 second. The frequency is 3 hertz. So the unit of frequency is hertz. This is most important. I think you have understood the frequency. And frequency and time period are related to each other. So using the formula, frequency is equal to 1 upon time period, or time period is equal to 1 upon frequency. So if frequency is 50 milliseconds, one example is shown here. The frequency is 0.02 megahertz, that is equal to 20 kilohertz. So 50 milliseconds we put in the formula, f is equal to 1 upon 50 milliseconds, and we get 20 kilohertz frequency. Now next very important term related with analog signal is peak to peak value, or I have shown you the peak to peak value in the last slides. So peak to peak value is twice the peak value. So if you can see the highest positive value reach and the highest negative value reach, the total becomes peak to peak value. Next is RMS value. This is very important, root mean square value, that is called as RMS value. Every analog signal, every sine wave signal is related with root mean square value, and root mean square value is calculated by using this formula, that is 0.707 times the peak value. So for example, now here you can check the peak to peak value is 40 volts. Now how to calculate? See, the positive peak voltage is 20 and negative peak voltage is minus 20. So 20 plus 20, it is 40 volts, and the RMS value is calculated now as peak value. You know, peak value means the any one amplitude, either positive half amplitude or negative half amplitude, it is 20. So 0.707 into 20, you will get 14.1 volts, that is RMS voltage. Next, the different term related with the signal is average value, very important. Average value direct formula is 0.637 times the peak value. Again, peak value is very important. Now here you can see I am given one example. The peak value is 20 volts. Positive ka pakdo ya negative ka pakdo, whichever you want to catch, you can catch it. So positive is you have to just take the value, don't put the sign. So that is 20 volts. So 20 volts into 0.637, you get 12.7. So 12.7 is the average value for the sinusoidal voltage. Now next we will study about the digital signal. So digital signal is shown here. So here you can see it is getting the highest value, and the value that is the peak value. Again here it is called as peak value only, but it is constant for certain amount of time. Like here for example, if we take 5 minutes, 5 minutes के x axis is having time period and y axis is voltage. So amplitude you can see it is constant, 10 volt है तो 10 volt ही रहेगा for 5 minutes, and after next 5 minutes, for next 5 minutes it is 0. Then again it is coming getting repeated again, 10 volts for 5 minutes and again 0 volts for 5 minutes. So the next is repeated cycle. So digital signal is also having amplitude. So you can see here the amplitude from 0 axis to the highest value, that is amplitude. Then here also there is a time period. So time period is taken to complete one cycle, it is measured in seconds. So here you can see the highest value reach time high and time low. You can see the total time period is your time period. So next is again frequency. Frequency is nothing but the speed of the digital cycle. So in 1 second how many complete cycle is there, that is your digital signal. Now we will talk about the time high. Time high is the signal when it is having a positive voltage or highest voltage, that is time high. For certain amount of time you can see time high is there. Here we will consider for 5 minutes. So time high is for 5 minutes. Time low, that is 0, it is having 0 voltage for 5 minutes, that is time low. Now duty cycle, the ratio of TH to the total time period. Now what is the total time period? Total time period means time high plus time low, that is of one cycle, that is called as total time period. So total time period is one cycle time period. So 5 plus 5 if we consider, that becomes 10 seconds. So TH, high time divided by total time period, is duty cycle. Then is the rising edge and the falling edge. The rising edge is very important. You can see from x axis C 0, from 0 voltage it is written to coming to the highest voltage. that is your rising edge, and from 10 volt to again it is when it is coming to 0 directly, that is your falling edge. So this is the one more image of your digital signal. So digital signal can also be represented like this. X axis there is a time and y axis there is a voltage. So lower voltage is A, that is minus, it is in minus voltage, and higher positive voltage is B. Both is basically voltages only, but one on negative side and one on positive side. Again the cycle is repeated, you can see in digital signal. And then next signals we are going to study is triangular signal. So triangular signals are having this type of shapes. That means the voltage, if you consider, so voltage is increasing in a linear fashion, it is reaching the highest value and then again it is coming to 0. Again the same is repeated. So again a triangular wave you can see, and this is called a sawtooth waveform. It is a triangular, basically it is having a triangular form, but it is called a sawtooth. What the difference you can see here is, it is reaching the highest value and directly dropping to 0, then again reaching the highest value, dropping to 0. That is the sawtooth waveform. So this was all about the different types of signals. Thank you.